my name is Jocelyn. This is my channel and it is early April, which means we are doing my March favorites. I scrounged together a few favorites that I was loving throughout the month of March and thought I would share with you today. I have got a bunch of makeup favorites, some skincare, and a couple of miscellaneous favorites that I'll save for the end just in case you're not interested. But we are gonna start with my makeup favorites. I will say that it's a little bit difficult to do favorites videos because I'm involved in Project Pan and Shop My Stash, so I kind of focus on only a select few products every month. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do favorites videos too often, but I did have enough products for this month, so I thought I would share with you today. The first is something I don't think I've included in a favorites video before because it's been a while since I've done a favorites video, and this is the infamous Too Faced palette. This was actually in my Shop My Stash and my palette roulette video. A lot of people really like this palette, but I feel that it also got such a bad rap when it was first released, and so if this interested you once upon a time but you backed off because there was some negative press really about it, I would recommend giving it a second chance because I think this is such a good palette. I really truly love it. I love the shade selection. We have this purple over here, which I think is absolutely stunning. We do have a green, which I haven't dabbled in too much and I haven't heard the best reviews about the green, but that doesn't matter to me because I love everything else in this palette. And it smells so good. I mean, if you're not a fan of peachy smells, then obviously I wouldn't recommend this, but I personally love the smell. I love the colors and all of the looks I'm able to come up with. It's very neutral, but there's also a lot of darker shades in here that you can use to smoke it up or make it a little bit more dramatic, and it's just I think such a good palette. And I think the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I love this ombre effect, and I've used this all of this month. It was in my Shop My Stash, so it will be going back into my collection here in just a couple weeks or a week and a half-ish when I film my next Shop My Stash. If you are interested at all in the Sweet Peach palette, I would recommend giving it another go. Moving on. So the next product you can't exactly get anymore because it's in a palette that was limited edition, but it's just kind of the general idea of this product, and the product that I'm talking about is an Hourglass powder, and it is the bronzer that is in the Ambient lighting edit Surreal Light. So it's the marble packaging that was limited edition, I think this last winter or even probably actually the winter before that. And the bronzer in here is bronzer Surreal Bronze Light, which is not available on their website, but I just love the way that their bronzers in general look. They look really soft on the skin. They give just a hint of bronze. It's not an overpowering bronze, so if you're into that, I wouldn't recommend this for you. It works as such a soft bronzer, which is what I like, especially during the week. And this one in particular in this palette, I've really been liking, so I thought I would share it with you. I would recommend checking out the other bronzers that they have in their collection, the full-size ones. I think the one that would most closely match this one is the Luminous Bronze Light, I think. There's also the diffused bronze light, but that one looks a little bit deeper than this one right here. But if this is also in a different palette, I would recommend getting it also because I just really love this bronzer. And while I'm at it, I also really love these blushes together. These are the blushes in Surreal Effect and Surreal Glow. So both of these I think are really pretty. I just really love Hourglass products. Their foundations, their powders, their primers, they're one of my favorite brands. But those three products from this palette, their blushes and their bronzers, I just love how they're such a light coverage. They're not too striking, but you can build them up, and yeah, I would just recommend the blushes and bronzers from Hourglass. I do have one more eyeshadow. This is actually a Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Sundance. I've used a few times this month, and it's just this really pretty goldy bronze shade. This is gonna look even better in summer, but let me give you a bit of a swatch right here. The lighting might have changed a bit because I just adjusted the settings on my camera. Back where I left off, the Super Shock shadow in the shade Sundance. This is a swatch of it right here. It's just a really pretty all over the lid shade, and again, I think it's gonna look really pretty in summer all over the lid. And I've been using it a few times on the warmer, more sunny days, and I have absolutely loved it. Sticking with the eyes, I don't think I've talked about this in a favorites or anything like that. I did haul it a while back, but this is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara, and I absolutely love it. It's what I've been using wearing every day. This is what the wand looks like. So it's kind of got a little bit of a dip in the middle on both sides, which I find helpful and I really enjoy it. If it's in your price range to try a higher end mascara, I would definitely recommend this one. It's right now my favorite, obviously, which is why it's in my favorites video. I do have two lipsticks I want to share with you today. They're actually from the same line. One of them I'm wearing right now. They are both the Colourpop Lux Lipsticks. I hauled these not too long ago and I love these. I think I hauled 6 total shades. These two are my favorites and I've been wearing them all of the time. The first, the one I'm wearing right now, is at the shade 27. It is one of their darker shades. It's swatched on my lips, but I'll go ahead and just swatch it here also so that you can see what it looks like. I love this. I think that they're so creamy, but they stay on your lips really well. They're like I don't even know, they're creamy, but not like that kind of gross creamy, and they're not exactly transfer proof. I don't know, they're a lipstick. They're just a plain old lipstick, but I love them. I love the shade selection. They're comfortable. They stay in place. They're just wonderful. Oh, and the next shade, I almost forgot to say, is the shade Layover. This, what it looks like. It's definitely a more nude shade. Let me go ahead and give you a swatch. That is the messy-ish swatch. So that is what it looks like right there. Those are my two favorite colors. This one is definitely more of a nude and the other one is like a deep berry color. Absolutely some of my favorites. I would highly recommend these if you ever shop at Colourpop, even just trying one to see how the formula works on you. They did really well with these. I do have one brush I want to talk about. I also hauled this in my Colourpop haul video. I don't even know what this is. This is their fluffy face brush. I have been using this every day to apply my powder around my face. I use a loose setting powder and it's just so soft and it just works to pat around powder onto my face and I just love it. I, again, use this every day and would recommend definitely. That is all the makeup I have. So I have 2 skincare products. Let's go ahead and talk about those real fast. The first is kind of a weird product. It's not exactly a face skincare product. It's just a general skincare product. And this is the Cool Fix. It is a targeted gel lotion and it treats ingrown hairs, razor bumps, razor burn, and redness. And I use this around the bikini area because I think it works really well with getting rid of ingrown hairs and just kind of smoothing that area out and preventing irritation. I think it works really well. I think you can get this at Ulta. They have the small bottles there, but you can also buy it on Amazon for maybe cheaper. This bottle that I have is 5.3 ounces. You don't need a lot. As you can see, I've only used this much and I've used it quite a few times. You only need the littlest amount and just kind of rub it wherever you need it. You can use it, I'm sure, on your underarms. You can use it on your legs, your bikini line, anywhere that you shave. Probably not your face, but I'm not 100%. Ooh, actually, let's go ahead and read the back real fast. Apply targeted gel lotion generously after shaving, waxing, or electrolysis directly onto dry, cleansed skin. No cotton ball or pad necessary. Use in the AM and PM until area is clear. Use every other day for maintenance and after any further hair removal. Can be used daily. You may experience a tingling sensation, which I can attest to. It's never given me any pain or irritation or anything like that, but I have noticed I have gotten way less razor burn or ingrown hairs or anything like that. So I would recommend this. I've really been enjoying it and it's kind of a secret product that not many people talk about or know about, I think. The last skincare product I have is for the face, and this is the C Firma Day Serum by Drunk Elephant. I only have this little sample size here. I did get a duo. I think this came with the C Firma and then also their daily moisturizer. It has, I think, a light blue cap on it. The moisturizer was okay. I'm not 100% sure if I'm willing to spend the amount of money that it costs for the results that I got from the moisturizers, but this I absolutely love. I do still have a little bit of this left. I'm really sad for when it runs out because I'm not going to purchase it until the VIB sale comes up, but I do plan on purchasing this when the VIB sale happens because I love this. It's the first C Firma I've ever used and I think it's working really well. I use it in the morning right after I cleanse my face and then I usually apply a lotion right after that, and the lotion I use is by Dermalogica. I think I've talked about that in a favorites video before. If not, then I should because I love it. So yes, I know this is a very expensive product, but I would recommend getting a sample or even getting this little deluxe size. This is 0.27 fluid ounces. It does give you quite a few uses out of here so you can get a feel for whether you like it or not, but I really like it and have really been enjoying it. So those are all of the skincare and makeup products that I wanted to talk about. I do have a few miscellaneous products. The first is a movie that I watched this month, and I went and saw Love, Simon when it came out in theaters. I think I saw it the weekend after it aired. Maybe it was the 2 weekends after it came out, and I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic, fantastic movie. It told a story that we don't get to see a lot, or that hasn't been told very many times before. All of the characters were great. If you don't know what Love, Simon is about, it's about a boy coming out. It's a coming out story, basically, is what it is. And it's just a really great movie. I think everybody should see it. I've heard a lot of testimonies about kids who've come out to their parents and weren't received very well going to see this movie with their parents, and their parents finally getting it and understanding, and some of them even apologizing to their kids about how they handled it. I've also seen a lot of testimonies about people getting the courage to come out because of this movie. I just think it's a great movie and everyone should see it. I mean, there's not enough good things I could say about that movie. Also, last month I got really into reading again. I kind of go in phases where sometimes I read a lot, sometimes I don't read a lot. When I'm in my phase where I read a lot, I kind of blow through books, and there's actually 2 books that I want to talk about, and I don't have either one of them with me. The first one I don't even own, and the second one I actually loaned to a friend, so she has it right now, but both of them are by the same author, and she originated from the website, I think, Wattpad. I don't know really anything about Wattpad, but what I do know is it is a site where authors, I mean, not published authors, but people who write stories, write books, can write their books to be read by millions of people, I think, are on this app. And this author, let me actually look up her name so I say it correctly, Natasha Preston, that's her name. So she wrote a book, The Cellar, on Wattpad, and it got really well received and ended up getting published. So I picked that book up, and then my friend Mariana picked up the book Awake. I read The Cellar first, she read Awake first, and then we flip-flopped and we read each other's books, obviously. And then I was talking to a friend about The Cellar, and she said that she really wanted to read it, so she is borrowing it right now. She actually blew through the entire book in one day. If that tells you something, it should tell you that the book's good. So they're both kind of mystery young adult novels. Not even mystery. What? I don't even know what to classify these as. But in The Cellar, in the book The Cellar, the main character is a young girl who gets kidnapped by, I want to say, a psychopath. Maybe that's not the right word, but I mean, he kidnaps and keeps 4 young girls in his basement that he's converted into like a little living area, and he abuses them, and it's a crazy book. I don't want to like talk too much about it and give it away in case you're interested in reading it. And then the other book that I read from her is the book Awake, and this is about a girl who, she lives with her family, her brother, her parents, and the main point of the book is that she doesn't remember anything past the, or before the age of 4, I think it is, 4 or 3, 4, it is the age of 4. She just doesn't remember anything because there was a house fire, and it's about her trying to piece together everything that happened before that, and then a boy enters her life and they fall in love. But it's so much more than that. There's a cult involved, and again, a kidnapping, and it's really, really fascinating, and I really enjoyed reading that one also. So those 2 books, Awake and The Cellar, I don't have them here to show you, but I will insert pictures so you can see. I really, really enjoyed reading those 2 and would highly recommend checking them out. I do have a Goodreads account. I just started it, and if I can figure out how to link it below and you have a Goodreads account, we can follow each other if you're interested. If I can't figure out how to link it below, then it won't be below, but if I can, then I will. That is all that I have for you for my March favorites. I almost said April favorites. Let me know some of the things that you've been loving for the month of March down in the comments below. If you love reading as much as I do, give me some book suggestions down there too, because I'm always on the lookout for good books that people recommend, so I would love to hear your thoughts. Oh, don't forget to like this video. If you liked this video, I almost forgot to say that, and I always forget to say subscribe. So if you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. It would help me out, and I would love it if you would join our little family. Okay, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.